work.
Let's get straight into the big story. Keir Starmer saying he will fight any attempt to replace him. I woke up and heard this morning. What's going on? Apparently, some of his closest supporters are worried his job might be under immediate threat, especially with the budget coming up. They want to make it clear they will fight any bid to oust him rather than stand aside. The Health Secretary, Wes Streeting, is the big name doing the rounds as a potential challenger, but he's come out this morning to deny it.
Firstly, the Times. Downing Street figures suspect that Streeting could demand the Prime Minister's resignation in the days after the budget. Are you going to rule that out?
Yes, and nor did I shoot JFK. I don't know where Lord Lucan is. Had nothing to do with Shergar. And I do think that the US did manage to do the moon landings. And I think whoever's been briefing this has been watching too much Celebrity Traitors, and this is just about the worst attack on a faithful I've seen since Joe Marler was kicked out and banished in the final. It's totally self-defeating briefing, not least because it's not true. And I don't understand how anyone thinks it's helpful to the Prime Minister either to suggest he's fighting for his job at a time when, last time I saw him on Monday evening to talk about violence against women and girls and how we tackle it, he's fighting for the country and trying to turn it around from the absolute mess that we inherited.
You know what's fascinating? That's the first time I've seen that, is that, let's bear in mind here, these briefings about Starmer will fight for his job come from inside Number 10.
They are coming from inside.
So that is actually where Streeting sort of attacking the people round Starmer. What do you think, Gavin?
Well, I think it's way too early to be throwing that in there at the moment. I really like the analogy of Celebrity Traitors because, I mean, everyone's talking about that, aren't they, at the moment still? But
it was a very funny soundbite, that. You weren't laughing, though, Carole. You were just harumping.
Yeah, well,
you didn't like his jokes.
I wasn't listening.
You weren't listening.
Well, I just think that, the way, if you're to make moves like this now, it would be absolutely ridiculous because it would be so, unstable for the country to be going through another leadership challenge right now or another leadership election for the government. They've only had just over a year or so.
Well, think about it on that sequence. It's hard to even remember, but we went Gordon Brown, Cameron, and then we went to Theresa May, then we went Boris, Truss, Sunak, Starmer. So since 2010, in 15 years, if we have another one, we'll have had 8 prime ministers in 15 years. Thatcher did 14 and a half years on her own. What do you think?
I think the very fact that people like Streeting are coming out, I mean, I don't believe a single word he says, by the way. The fact he's coming out with this stuff shows that Starmer is very definitely under threat. Downing Street and people like him would not be saying what they're saying unless Starmer's job was under threat, unless they didn't know someone was going to make a challenge. I think he's very disingenuous because the question was asked, would he challenge him after the budget? And he said no. Well, he probably won't then. He'd probably do it after the May elections next year, which is when Labour are going to get smashed in all over the country. And it'll become very clear that this man is the worst Labour Prime Minister in modern history. The worst Prime Minister in modern history.
So worse than Brown?
Worse than Blair? So much worse than... Yes! Blair's first 2 terms were very successful. But, there was an Ipsos poll recently that just said, something like 70% of people in the country are not happy with what he's doing. 1 in 2 want him out.
So would you want to change?
Well, the thing is, I would. That's the point.
Come to that.
They're all hopeless. They're all absolutely hopeless. You get Streeting in, he's disingenuous. But he is after it because
at least he's funny.
He's all over Twitter at the moment. He's been briefing the whole time, as is Shabana Mahmood. Both of them would be after him.
We will look at some of the runners and riders later. Tom in Manchester, hello.
Good morning, Jeremy. Good morning, panel.
Do you think he's in trouble here?
Oh, well, you know me, Jeremy. I'm no big fan of Sir Keir Starmer. Far from it. I mean, I'm surprised he's lasted this long. I'm surprised the Labour Party themselves have kept him in this long. I think it's long overdue. I don't think they should have a new shuffle within the Labour Party. I think they should call a general election.
Wow. Okay, hang on. He won the biggest majority for 100 years, only a year ago, right? Just over a year. 160 majority, my God, and he's already on the skids. It's incredible.
He won by default. Let's be honest, because there was nobody else. There was nobody else to vote for. Let's face it. He didn't win on his principles, and that so-called manifesto, which we've not seen fathom through yet, have we?
Well, Tommy's broken every election promise that he made. His 5 missions, all he's done.
No, he said he was going to smash the gangs.
Well, that was the other. That was apart from his 5 missions, and it's clear that he's totally lost control of the borders. But the 5 missions have all gone down the toilet. You know, he inherited the fastest-growing economy in the G7, and we're now in the toilet. Unemployment now has gone up to 5% for the first time since COVID.
Let's just bring it. Go on, Gavin.
I don't think it was the fastest-growing economy that he inherited.
It was. Listen, you're basing that on the fact that Germany were going down the drain. In your phrase,
I think if you look at it, Tom, if you were there still, I think shouldn't you give him more of a chance to prove that the plans for change that he puts into place and he wants to put into place can take effect? It's only been over a year. How can you?
16 months. Stop it. It's not over a year.
Okay, hang on. Let's go to Nancy. Nancy in County Durham. Do you think he needs a bit more time, or is it time for Wes? County Down. Sorry, is it time for Wes?
Can I just correct you? It's County Down.
I know, and I'm so sorry.
Durham.
I love Durham, but I love County Down even more.
Right. Well, yes, I think he should step down and take all his other politicians with him, and let's have a complete change like Farage. Now, I don't know whether he'll be able to do anything or not, because the country's in such a mess.
Such a mess.
We have a good country,
yes,
lovely areas and all, but Starmer, since he came in, he hasn't done anything that he had promised before, and that's why he had a landslide election and won.
Okay, I see. You make a strong point. Yeah, I mean, they did make promises that they are now breaking, and that's not going to go well. But they have telegraphed. The income tax thing is obviously coming.
Of course.
I think maybe at that moment it's curtains for Rachel Reeves. She will have to go before Christmas, and that's the point at which Starmer ends up going through the floorboards.
He will go through it. I mean, he is not a leader. He's like an accountant. He's not a leader.
But do we want another showboater like Boris Johnson?
Do you need steady hands at the tiller? That's what I think that's why they went for Sir Keir Starmer. And in order to enact what the plan is for the future going forward, you need to be given time.
16 months is time enough to make a dent, and he has not.
Okay.
He is not strong. He's weak. Look at all the.
I don't know about that. He's kicked out some of his own MPs from the party. Look at Corbyn.
Look at the way he handled, crisis. Look at the way he handled Mandelson. Look at the way he handled Rayner.
The riots.
Look at the way he
race
handled.
Riots.
Look at the way he handled welfare reforms. He's gutless. He would not take on his own MPs over welfare reform.
After the debate, we'll go through all the possible contenders who could fight Starmer for his job were he to start to decide it's not worth the candle. We'd love you to tell us if you think you should stay or go. Get your calls in now. 020 7862 2222 is the number you need. Before the break, we asked which of these authors had a cat with 6 toes. Charles Dickens, Orwell, Hemingway. It's Ernest Hemingway. Welcome back. We're live on 5 with Carole and Gavin. Had a great discussion here as well. Don't forget, later we'll take your calls on whether the so-called waspy women should be paid compensation over their pensions. It affects women born in the 50s whose pensions were scaled back. Are you one of them? I want to hear you have to say, I know. First, should Keir Starmer stay as Labour leader or should he go? We're taking your calls. 020 7862 2222. He's come out swinging this morning with supporters of the Prime Minister saying he'll fight any challenge to his leadership. They're worried about the upcoming budget and that it could be such a car crash. His job will be on the line. Now, we were having already a conversation about who would take over. So we've got, do you remember Bruce Forsyth's Play Your Cards Right? And higher or lower? Higher or lower? Do you remember that? So at the top of the board here, we have got the Prime Minister himself. Let's just make sure that it is Keir Starmer. And then we've got some contenders. I just wonder, so he's the King of Hearts there. Okay, well, they could, of course, this person has resigned, but resigned so quickly, it's almost like people are saying she's due a comeback. Angela Rayner, no less. Shall we try this one here? This is... Oh, he's done it before. Ed Miliband, the architect of the whole green policy that's controversial, shall we say. Play your cards right, here we go. Higher or lower? Wes Streeting, we've mentioned already, the health secretary, very ambitious, but pretending or saying he's not interested. Saying it's like traitors.
Oh, no.
And she's the new deputy leader, Lucy Powell. No. And she's positioning herself a little bit because she was fired awkwardly. Starmer fired her and she bounces back as deputy leader. So she'll be on manoeuvres, probably. Who's this going to be? Oh, Andy Burnham, Mayor of Manchester, probably went too early. Shabana Mahmood, seen as right-wing Home Secretary, someone who's got something about her. I'll leave this one till last. You're going to love this one here. And then this, I don't know why her name is in it, because she had to resign as Transport Secretary. But that's Louise Haigh, but she's being mentioned as a possible person. Now, do you want to see who the mystery one is?
Yeah.
Yes.
This would be someone, they'd say, look, we need someone to steady the ship. We need someone with experience. And we need Tony Blair to come in as a caretaker until they get themselves back on track. Now, Carole Malone, higher or lower?
Right.
Who would you put on the top row? Who's closest to doing it?
The Blair one has flummoxed me because actually, of all of them, he has... I mean, his third term nightmare took us into Iraq bad. However, and he's hated. However, they need to get over the hatred because he's a very good politician. He was a brilliant leader. So him above them all.
Right, so higher, Tony Blair goes in place of Lucy Powell. The higher you go, the more likely you are. Anyone you'd put lower, Gavin, who's on the top row, who you think hasn't got a chance? Angela Rayner?
Oh, can I remove Blair back down? He's making too much money elsewhere.
I knew he would dominate it.
Yeah, I mean,
anyone else?
I think from the bottom to the top, if we're going that way.
Yeah.
I mean, Ed Miliband. I don't think I can.
Go on. Who do you think at the bottom we're underestimating?
Possibly Shabana Mahmood.
Shabana. Who would you replace with her?
Blair. Okay.
You don't want Blair. Oh, come on. No, Carole's voting for Blair. You can take out Burnham,
Angela Rayner because of
She's
what's
not
happened.
gonna be
Angela Rayner
because of everything that's been.
I think she's got a shout. You know, this is brilliant. Higher or lower? Do you want to play the game? Give us a score.
Watch out!
Oh, hello!
What the?
They've all gone.
Oh,
This is prophetic.
This is prophetic.
Right, so we've now got the result. It's Shabana Mahmood as Prime Minister and her deputy Andy Burnham. And the machine has told us, it doesn't lie. We'll sort that out. I'll go back to my desk. We'll get them all put back. Ella can do that. And
that could be true. Those two are the two I would think.
This is an omen.
I think it's
a
an
balance.
omen, yeah.
That wasn't anything I did.
Ideology.
That was literally,
No.
I didn't even touch it.
No, it could be.
Wow.
So look at this. We're working hard. It's fun working on this show, isn't it, Ella?
Health and safety, they hit your head.
I did notice that.
John in London, hi.
Hi there, Jerry. How are you?
Oh, John, hello. What do you think then? We've got a few names. We've got 8 names plus Keir Starmer.
Starmer should go. You know, the rumour about his challenge for premiership was leaked from Number 10 anyway. So it's only a warning to those who might want to challenge him that he was prepared for a fight, just to let them know.
Well, it's a very odd... I don't know why they would be putting it out from Number 10. It's just so bizarre.
This is deliberate. Anybody that's going to stand against him, he's letting them know that what he is. He's
saying he's going to blow them away. Sorry.
I just thought, John, you do know that Boris said he wasn't going to go when he was challenged. He was gone 6 months later. Thatcher said the same thing. She was gone 2 days later. As did Harold Wilson, did the same. He was gone. So people who say we're not going anywhere, they don't usually have a lot of choice.
Yeah, I gather, John, you think Wes Streeting might be somebody who could do it, the Health Secretary?
Up his sleeve. He's the dark horse. He's hiding in the shadows.
Yeah, he's hiding.
Yes, he's saying, I don't want to be this and I don't want to...
Yeah.
He keeps on about how well he's doing with the National Health Service and everything.
Yeah, do you believe him or not?
All up his sleeve. He's definitely a challenger, but not straight away.
Right, I'm nervous.
Let the others fight.
Okay, I've replaced Louise Haigh with him. I don't know why she's on the list. She had to resign as Transport Secretary because they discovered she got a criminal conviction for crying out loud. OK, thank you, John. Good to hear from you. Terry in Kent, where are you with the runners and riders?
I'm not interested in any of them. You know,
No
the thing is, no matter whoever you put in is not going to solve the problem that the country is not getting enough money in to pay all the bills.
Exactly.
So it don't matter whether the Labour's in, Conservative, Reform, don't matter who it is. You've only got a certain amount of money. So
Well, that means in that case we can't have a government at all on that basis if nobody can sort it out.
Well, if you've got no money coming in, how are you going to do it?
Well, someone's got to... What about Angela Rayner? She would take us to the left.
So where's the money going to come through for her to do something with it?
Or just borrow it for 100 years.
They've spent all the money and they've borrowed more money. It's not. No one can fix it. Of course they can. We should have had some austerity when they came in.
Gavin wants to come in on that.
The money was being spent before they even got in, though, so they're trying to fix things right now in order to put us in a better path.
They've
The
spent
Conservatives
way more.
ran a massive deficit as well.
They've spent way more than the Tories were going to spend. Way more.
All right, let's thank you, Terry. Zoe in Birmingham. Which one of these, Zoe?
Angela Rayner.
I'm going to move her into pole position. I do think she's, as we use the phrase, the dark horse, but I think they want her back. And then Starmer's then said he wants her back. And she was the Deputy Prime Minister. And who knows who the Deputy Prime Minister is now? There's my quiz question. Do you know?
David Lammy.
David Lammy is the... Why isn't Lammy on here, by the way?
So Zoe, absolutely no chance. That's why.
I heard someone laugh. Zoe, what you think Rayner?
Yes, I think so, because what we have a problem in this country is that we have leaders that people can't relate to. Angela Rayner left school at 15 with no GCSEs. She was pregnant. Look what she's achieved in her life, whether you like her or not. That's a story for young women to be inspired by, that they can achieve more than what people expect them to achieve. I feel the reason she was pushed out is because of her background. She isn't part of the elite. She didn't go to...
The reason she was pushed out...
She didn't. She was trying to help her son. She was trying to help her son in case something happened to her.
Whether she broke the law, I don't know. She certainly shouldn't have filled out that form.
Her son is severely disabled. She was trying to help him if anything happened to her. Have some compassion. We have to have some compassion in life.
Okay, so
I just think she would make a good leader.
I think that's a really good shout for her. Last photographed vaping in a canoe, and not many politicians have done that. After the break, more of your calls on this. It's the old play your cards right, higher or lower. Who do you think should replace him if he goes? And it's briefing about this. See you very shortly. Before the break, we asked which football club has a stand named after Elton John. We gave you Watford, Liverpool, Everton. It's Watford's. Maybe he owned the club for a while as well, yeah, honorary chairman as well. So Carole and Gavin are with us this morning. Later we're asking if we should take down St George's flags. NHS bosses say they are creating no-go zones for some health workers doing home visits because they feel intimidated by the England flag. Let's get straight back to calls on Keir Starmer and whether he should stay or go as Labour leader. So I had these put up. It's the weird thing about this story is that this has come from Number 10. They're saying, look, he's going to see off any challenger. And of course, the reaction is immediately, oh, well, who might the challengers be? We threw Tony Blair in there just for fun. Virginia in Somerset, who would you like if you were to replace him?
None of the Labour Party.
Oh, well, that's not really on the cards. So you want...
Well, if you had to choose...
Yeah, go on.
It would probably be Streeting, but I don't think any of them are up for it.
Streeting.
I think they've lost the plot completely.
Really? You think it's that bad?
Yeah.
It's terminal?
Oh, yeah. Keir Starmer could stop this and put the fear of God in Farage, but he hasn't got the guts to do it.
Yeah.
Because he keeps saying about everything that's going on in the country. It's not. The Farage people have risen to the top with one thing only, and that is illegal immigration. Because if you try to say it doesn't cost this country anything, you must think we're all stupid.
So are you a Farage supporter then, Virginia?
Well, I wouldn't be, apart from the fact Labour is so bad.
Well, yeah,
but
he said he would smash the gangs. That's the thing. And he has got the one-in, one-out policy.
And that didn't work, did it? Because it's like hokey-cokey. They come in, they come out, they come back again.
All right, thanks, Virginia. Richard in Portsmouth, hi.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Hello.
So, look, here we are. The old play your cards right,
well,
higher or lower?
Keir Starmer will still be there in 4 years' time. This is a PR stunt. This is absolute nonsense. Of course Keir's going to say that. Keir is the best man for the job.
Yes.
You're talking, this is ridiculous. Well, what you're doing at the moment, Keir Starmer is the best man. He'll be there in 4 years' time for the next general election, and we will smash the Tories again. There you go.
What's he done that you think is good?
Pardon?
What has he done you think is good?
Well, he's doing a lot better than what the Tories did.
What did he do? Tell me what he's done that you think is good. One thing. Pardon? Two things.
Well, he's sorting out their interests for starters.
No, he hasn't.
Coming
No, he
down.
hasn't.
Kids are getting sorted out. We're ending poverty. We're ending rough sleeping.
Let Gavin come in. Let Gavin come in. Gavin.
It was around yesterday. The ending of the two-child benefit cap would be a great opportunity to alleviate child poverty within this country. That's a great policy if it comes into...
Richard, isn't the problem they promised they wouldn't raise income tax and they're now telling us they're going to do it? And at that point, it's curtains, isn't it?
No, well, of course not, because there's a black hole left by the Tories. We have to fill it somehow. And the only way we can fill it is by raising taxes.
The black hole is now twice the size it was under the Tories.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
50 billion
That's
quid.
Nonsense.
All right.
It's 50 billion quid.
We're not going to... You two aren't going to agree on the black hole.
I read. You
Richard, hang on, Carole. Sorry, hang on. Richard, just one question. They knew about the black hole, right? We all knew it was absolutely gaping because of COVID, etc. So why did they say they wouldn't raise taxes? That's what I can't get my head around.
Unfortunately, politicians lie, don't they?
Oh,
you're just done.
Listen, thank you. That's a stout defence, though. Acceptable level of lying. Carole in Lincolnshire, hi. Hi, Carole.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. We've got two Carols. You're Carole without a knee. So Carole without a knee, which one of these would you choose?
Carole without an E.
No,
you're Carole without a knee.
I am, yes. And Carole on the panel.
She's got an E.
She is, because she's got an E.
I've got an E, Carole, yeah.
Carol's got an E.
Yes.
And you haven't got it. That's how I'm going to distinguish between you. It's working well.
Yeah, well, Carole with an E.
With an E.
She's very, very sensible. I love her to bits.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Wonderful. No, you're fine. The reason I rang in the first place was earlier on, the young man that's there turned around and said, why put the country...
that was me.
No, not you.
Gavin, yeah. How you doing?
Why put the country through another election? Well, that was a ridiculous thing to say, because the country's going through a lot with him there. You know, I mean, that was just a stupid thing to say.
Well, let's let Gavin come back on that. No, why put the country through what they call another one? Another one?
Another leadership election?
No, another election. Well, just another election.
Why not do that?
Well, she thinks, Carole without an E, thinks you're saying we shouldn't have another election.
No, we don't, because it would make the markets really unstable for a start. It would be really destabilising for our financial situation within our standing within Europe, within the world. It would just cause too much instability at a time when we need stability.
The country is rocking on instability.
The
markets are in a mess.
It would be even more unstable, Carole.
It would not be.
That would be a good album title, though, Rocking on Instability. Carole without an E, what do you make of what Gavin said? We can't have an election because we're going to look ridiculous.
Well, I think he sounds ridiculous. He doesn't know what he's talking about in that respect, as far as I'm concerned. I'm thinking about the general public, and the general public are in a mess. Everybody, not just children, because to be honest with you, I'm sick about hearing children, poverty. They've all got phones. There is, I don't know, it just winds me up.
All right.
All winds me up.
What else are you up to today, Carole, in Lincolnshire? Any good plans?
No, I'm doing a puzzle so my blood pressure don't go up.
I think that's a good idea, Carole. Do a puzzle. And in fact, we're going to get one for Carole with an E, because she needs a puzzle. Jonathan in Durham, hi.
Hello there.
So, look, follow that, Jonathan.
Well, I mean, it's difficult. Carolyn asked, what did Keir Starmer do well? Well, he's done renters reform. He's pushing to the immigration bill. He's doing
immigration. Hang on, let him get to the end of a sentence. You've done two things: renters reform, immigration bill. Also, we could add, Carole, ready? getting on with Donald Trump, which isn't easy.
Let's talk about immigration. Should we, Jonathan? Yeah?
Well,
you think he's got a handle on that?
Reading.
We've got more now since Starmer's been to power.
The bill's not come in yet.
Than the previous year. And he...
So you're saying that the bill which hasn't been finished, that bill... that you're saying that bill needs to be represented.
I'm saying that everything Keir Starmer has done so far to tackle immigration, his one-in, one-out scheme, his giving more money to France, his promise to stop the boats, his promise to smash the gangs, all tosh. He's done none of it.
Jonathan,
immigration is rising.
Which of these people would you choose, Jonathan, if Keir Starmer were to go? Or you sounds like you think he's doing okay.
Yeah, I do. Well, I'm actually outside walking my dog, so I can't see your pictures anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a picture of Keir Starmer.
I know what you're... it's Angela Rayner is the one that I would suggest. Because now this is based on my knowledge in the local area. It may not be very fashionable, but she is she's quite an attractive prospect for us because she represents us. Like, when we look at her, she looks like us. She sounds like us.
And really she's certainly three-dimensional. She's a real person. I think that helps in politics. Like Anne Widdecombe, like, left to right, different people. Thanks, Jonathan. Enjoy the walk. Dawn is in Hampshire. Hi, Dawn. Can I tempt you with one of these alternatives?
You couldn't tempt me with any of it.
So you'll stick with Keir Starmer then?
I feel that he is the only one on that board that I could feel... Well... I feel an alignment to, if you want to say that, but I don't like any of it. I don't like any of them. This is a mess. It's really funny. We were talking about this in my workplace yesterday before all of this hit. Yeah. I said, Starmer isn't going to last much longer, especially over the budget, and now Trump's doing the BBC. It's just putting the UK on the world stage, and we just look a joke. The whole country looks a joke, and we all feel so fed up that we just don't know how it's going to end in the budget in 2 weeks. Just hanging like the sword of Damocles over our heads.
I was going to say, Dawn, sorry. Some of what you say may not be Labour's fault. Carole's probably said, well, it is. No, but we've got with the potholes, for example, the debt is being built up over years since Thatcher.
Cost of living as well.
Cost of living, Ukraine. Some of it isn't Labour. It's just life is rubbish.
Can I ask you, have you been a lifelong Labour voter?
Me?
Yeah.
I was a Labour voter right the way through to about... No, actually, I was a Lib Dem voter originally, and then I became a Labour voter through the Blair years.
And presumably you're finished now with them, yeah?
Yeah, I've finished with them probably 2 elections ago. Okay. I hated Boris Johnson and all of that. I think Boris Johnson's been the worst Prime Minister in the world ever. And that's ruined the rest of it now.
And you can't choose any of... Dawn, can you choose, just because we're going to our ad break, can you choose any of these here for us?
If I was going to have to put my feet over the fire, I would say Wes Streeting.
Wes Streeting?
Yeah.
Thank you, Dawn. Thanks for all your calls on this. Later on, we're asking whether we should take down St George's flags because some health workers say they are intimidated by them. After the break, should the government pay compensation to the so-called WASPy women over their pensions? Ministers originally said they wouldn't. Now the word is that they're reconsidering. 0207 862 2222. See you in a moment.